lot of people have seen this quote from this ancient Greek or Roman philosopher. I don't remember who said it, but it basically goes, "It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." Something along those lines. I thought a lot about that when I was starting out lifting, and I didn't really know what that meant, honestly, because I didn't know what kind of strength. I didn't know what kind of strength I wanted. And I didn't see the gym as strength. I saw the gym as like building that good physique, building, raw strength, sure. But I didn't see it as obtaining my peak body. I never really saw it like that. Now that I've thought about it more, I realize that going to the gym, putting on muscle like that is just building popcorn muscle. All show and no go. And if you want to look like an absolute specimen, I still want to look like an absolute specimen. I still want to have that popcorn muscle. I still want to look good. But I also want to know what my peak body, I want to know what my body is capable of. So that's basically why I train mainly calisthenics and then supplement on going to the gym. I do both. Our bodies adapt to what environment we put them in. Our brains adapt, our bodies adapt. And this is just how evolution works. You put somebody up at higher elevation, their body starts producing more red blood cells to carry more oxygen. You start putting someone in the gym, they're gonna start building muscle. Building muscle is a result of the environment that they're in. And you have a goal, right? And you wanna get to that goal, you have to put yourself through things that will get you to that goal. So when you train 2 times a day towards different things, you're telling your body 2 very different things, and it'll adapt to it. But of course, the more you do of one thing, the more you'll get better at it quicker. So I would focus on calisthenics more, because you still build muscle. You still build a lot of muscle through calisthenics, depending on how you do it, of course, but you don't technically need the gym to build an aesthetic physique. So you need to put your body through things that you actually want to get good at. It's very obvious, but you just need to be reminded that sometimes. Because you can't just go to the gym and you want to get good at like swimming. You go to the gym, you do like, oh, swimming requires big lats, so I'm gonna do a bunch of pull-ups and lat pull-downs and whatever. But you're not actually swimming, you're not actually learning how to swim. Sure, you have super strong lats, but at the end of the day, you don't even know how to put them towards swimming because you don't know the actual movements. You're gonna end up doing it wrong. So it's like, you might as well put more effort, you put your body through that environment where you're gonna grow towards the thing you actually wanna grow towards. For me, it's calisthenics, because you can do it anywhere, anytime, if there's ground. As long as there's ground underneath your feet, you can do calisthenics, right? And if there's gravity. And for me, it just really makes me in tune with my body, Like it forces you to really just go into your body and do these tiny, tiny balance corrections. And for me, that's just calisthenics was that thing that puts me into my body. And we still want to look good. We still want popcorn muscle. There's nothing wrong with that. As hedonistic as it sounds, we just want to look good. We want to have an aesthetic body. I mean, the whole point, like the whole reason calisthenics was named calisthenics is because it's aesthetic. Moving in an aesthetic manner. Why not have an aesthetic body to go along with that? And that, for me, that's true calisthenics, is having a really good physique and being able to do all these cool moves. And going to the gym makes it a lot easier. Makes it a lot easier to put on muscle in parts that it matters, like your delts. And sure, I have a long way to go myself, but I've noticed, like, once I start going to the gym, it's easier for me to get that mind-muscle connection in that specific part, in that specific movement, because you can just isolate. And calisthenics is all just compound movements. You build a good base of muscle and strength with calisthenics, but supplementing on with the gym and lifting, that's where you get just that little bit of extra gains, that little bit of extra muscle that just makes everything look so much more poppy. And you're still building real strength, you're building balance, you're building muscle that actually makes you in tune with your body. That's the difference between the gym and like doing actual athletic stuff. And it sounds kind of weird, but you look at gymnastics people, like Olympic level gymnastics, and they have the biggest arms, they have just the most bulbous physique. And I don't know how much they're touching weights, but like obviously they're doing mainly calisthenics and they still have a fucking physique that looks like that, right? So that goes to show like calisthenics builds that base, lifting weights puts that extra mile on you and allows you to look just that little bit more aesthetic, a lot more aesthetic, and ties everything together. And a lot of people think it's a given though, like with calisthenics, like, oh, if you can do like 200 push-ups and a handstand push-up, then of course you're gonna have a really good physique. But I actually disagree, because you look at a lot of calisthenics athletes and they're just skinny as fuck, right? They're just eating spinach so they can do the planche for 2 seconds longer. And I respect those people and I like really look up to that, but I would rather have a Greek god level physique and still be able to do that. And I don't see why I can't have that, because you see people that have that. It's really all about getting the best of both worlds. You get the calisthenics aesthetic movement and you get the aesthetic body. And at the same time, you're building this cool skill that it actually means a lot to you, whether it be calisthenics, swimming, climbing, you know. I do a lot of rock climbing as well, and that is really fun to me. It gets a lot of, you know, exercise, builds crazy tendons, whatever. You're just building a cool skill that lets you get in tune with your body. And I think a lot of people are understating the importance of that. They just want the physique, they just want the popcorn muscle. I think that's retarded. I think you should go out there, find something that you actually like want to get skilled in. I don't care if it's soccer, I don't care if it's anything. And you can pair it together with the gym. That makes things just a lot more pleasurable. That makes your life so much more fun, honestly. Like sometimes people forget they are their body, basically. I know that just sounds kind of weird, but you are your body. Your body is you, like it's part of you. You might as well learn every cell of it. You might as well pay attention to how it works. And like coming back to the quote, it's a shame for a man to see, or a person to not see the peak of their body. Go out there, figure out what your body can do. It takes an hour a day. It's fun, lowers cortisol, boosts dopamine. You get a crazy physique. You're proud. You build something you're just genuinely proud of. People look up to it. People want it. They ask you how to do it. It's like, it's a win-win-win. You know, just like sacrifice an hour and a half every day instead of doom scrolling. You can build a crazy skill like calisthenics. Like you just whip out a handstand on the beach, and it's like, damn, everyone's looking at you like, damn, I wish I could do that. And then you have the muscles on top of that. Like that's the level that people like are like, okay, I'm jealous as hell just looking at like that. I want to look like that, and I want to be able to do stuff like that. So whether your skill you want to level up is fighting, soccer, swim, calisthenics, I say pair it with lifting just to get that cool physique. Still get really good at the skill, focus on the skill, do a little bit of lifting on top of that for aesthetics, and that's low cortisol. That's a life I want to live personally. If you agree with this message, hit that follow button, and I'm gonna be coming out with more gold for you boys. So let's get it.